Some of you might have caught on by now that I am going to move very soon. So before that happens, I wanted to just do a tiny declutter, like just 3 items in my makeup collection. I have mentioned previously that this has kind of been my year of decluttering versus panning because I'm just wanting to shrink my collection, let go of the really old stuff, and just stop punishing myself because I have makeup and start enjoying the new things I have without being like, you have to use up the old things and then the new things don't get touched. But let's just start with the first one, and this is the only one that's actually being given to someone instead of just being thrown out of its packaging. And that is the Butter Blush in the shade Plum Rose from Physicians Formula. And I put this into the Dino Pan Project Pan, and I ended up hitting pan again. I hit a significant pan a long time ago. I repressed it a long time ago, and I haven't really touched it much since. I used to wear it every day when it was like the only blush I had at my house. But since then I haven't really reached for it, and it is really pretty. It's very smooth, very sheerly pigmented, not super intense. But because I know my sister only has one, she's a baked blush by Milani. It's very warm and shimmery. I was like, do you want one that's more matte and neutral and sheer? And she said yes. So I'm going to give this to her, even though it's older. You know, I'm giving it to family. It still has some life left to it. Another blush I'm getting rid of. I know, I only have 8, but now I don't. And I'm not going to give this to anyone because I just put this in the Pan of Green Gables Project Pan, and I just posted a finale for that. It looks like it's been through hell and back. I dropped it and it broke, and then repressed it, and then one time I put it in a travel bag and it broke in there, repressed it. It's been fine ever since, but I haven't really traveled with it, so I made a ton of progress in the project pan I put it in, and I'm honestly content with that because these 2 blushes are more neutral or cooler pinky toned, and if I ever want something like that, these are a little bit warmer toned, but these 2, they do the trick. And I've been neglecting Cherry Spirits from this Pacifica Cherry Cheek Powders palette. What I want to do with this is empty out the blush in here, clean out this compact, and then I'm going to repress this e.l.f. HD finishing powder. The lid broke off, the powder broke, I repressed it in here, not very well, but instead of keeping this weird thing, I'm gonna keep this because this is really nice packaging. I've had it forever. Closer still works, and it's still not that bad looking. Looks a bit scuffed. I might try to wipe off the remaining word Milani, but I'm going to repress that powder in here so I can use it up in a bit more of a convenient compact. And I'm thinking once I finish that, I'm gonna start repressing the loose powder in here if that ends up working out. So I'm having 2 blushes leave and just 1 eyeshadow, and this was also in the Pan of Green Gables Project Pan. It's the remaining shadow I have from the Wet n Wild Stop Playing Safe palette. I just kept this. I used it today in my under eyes. I'm ready to say goodbye. Just a tiny bit left. I'm done with it. I have a few blues. They're not the exact same, but they're good enough. This thing is ancient. And yeah, I'm just getting rid of these 3 old things because I've moved on and I don't feel the need to keep them. And my sister will probably get much more use out of this because I'm distracted by the 6 other blushes I much would rather reach for. 3 of them are more like blush toppers, including these 2. But I want to minimize my collection. I'm also going to store it differently. I have been storing it in this one drawer. If you look at my collection from last year, I did a video of how I stored it. Really liked how I did it, and it looked really nice. I can put up a picture of what it looked like right before I started packing things up. Really nice, everything's spread out, you can see everything. But I'm actually going to move it back into a little wooden storage thing that I used to use. You might have seen it if you have been here ever since the beginning of my channel. Don't go searching my old videos to find it. Don't, I warned you, please. It's not worth it. I don't even know if it's in there. But I am going to start using it in a smaller one to make me feel more minimal, but also because I can't move this desk with me. It's a really heavy, big desk. And I don't have that type of drawer where I'm moving to. But that is all. Just 2 blushes and an eyeshadow. I really don't do big declutters around here, though I did a pretty decently big one in the video where I depotted and repressed all my eyeshadows, but I don't think there's going to be anything else. I do not foresee any other declutters coming around anytime soon. I'm really content with what I have. I just don't need so much stuff. Happy to get this out because this is the only like non-cruelty-free item. I know cruelty-freeness is kind of a spectrum, but I don't need fishes and formula in my life. Also, this packaging is so dumb. But yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know, are you decluttering anything lately? Is anything that hasn't worked for you or anything that's super old that you're willing to let go of? I hope that you enjoyed this video and I hope that you have an amazing day.